Hello dear student, today's topic is sensible heat factor. So this is the ratio of sensible heat to the total heat. On psychrometry chart we can see here a process A to C. In this there are two processes takes place, A to B, this is sensible heating process, and B to C, this is humidification process. During the process A to B, the heat absorbed by the process is known as the sensible heat, and during the B to C process, water evaporated by absorbing the latent heat. Here sensible heat factor is equal to sensible heat divided by total heat, that is the sum of sensible heat and latent heat. Here Qs divided by Q, where Q is the total heat. On psychrometry chart here point B divides HCA in ratio of sensible heat to 1 minus sensible heat. This point B divides the total enthalpy HA to HC in two terms. One is sensible heat factor and second one is 1 minus sensible heat factor. Sensible heat along AB there, because we know that during the sensible process there is no difference in humidity ratio. At that time humidity ratio will be constant. Here is the point A humidity ratio is equal to in humidity ratio of point B. So this process A to B is known as the sensible heat process. Latent heat along BC, because we know that during the latent heat the dry bulb temperature will be constant. So here Tc is equal to Tb. At this time the temperature is constant, only water will evaporate by absorbing the heat. So this heat is known as the latent heat. The process line AC, here AC is called sensible heat factor line or process line or condition line. Here sensible heat factor is equal to, in terms of enthalpy, here the sensible heat, that is HB minus HA, here divided by total heat HB minus HA plus latent heat HC minus HB here. Therefore HB minus HA, this is sensible heat, HB minus HA here divided by total heat, this is the SC minus HA, and this is the total heat. This ratio is known as the sensible heat factor. If in any process there is no latent heat transfer takes place, it means at that time sensible heat will equal to total heat. It means we get sensible heat factor is unity. This process will represent on psychrometry chart by a horizontal line. If there is zero sensible heat factor line, it means there is no sensible heat transfer takes place in the process. At that time the process will vertical line on psychrometry chart, there is a no sensible heat if zero sensible heat factor line indicated. Commonly sensible heat factor value lies in between 0.75 to 0.8 for air conditioning in practice and normal dry climate. Here a lower value of sensible heat factor such as 0.65 implies a high latent heat load, commonly in humid climate. Here one equation is used to calculate the sensible heat factor. This is equal to 1 upon 1 plus 2451 into del omega divided by del T is equal to 1 upon 1 plus 2451 into tan theta, where tan theta is equal to del omega divided by del T, where on psychrometry chart we can see here a process from 1 to 2. This is 1, this is 2. Here this is the angle theta. At the time of latent heat absorbing, the humidity will change del omega here, and here the temperature difference takes place del T. Then we get from this tan theta will be equal to del omega divided by del T. From the above equation, here we get this tan theta will be equal to 1 upon 2451 into 1 upon sensible heat factor minus 1. This is equal to tan theta. It means here theta is slope of sensible heat factor line AC, if this is the A and this is the C, AC, which is purely a function of sensible heat factor value. Here is the best method to calculate sensible heat factor is by equation for a cooling and dehumidification process. Sensible heat factor is equal to 0.0204 in bracket Tc minus TADP divided by 0.0204 in bracket Tc minus TADP plus 50 in bracket omega C minus omega ADP, where Tc omega C at the conditions at C, TADP is known as the operator's dew point temperature. It is the temperature at point S where the sensible heat factor line CA cuts the saturation curve when extended. Here we can see on psychrometry chart, this is a process A to C. When this line is extended, this will intersect at this point on saturated line. Then at the temperature at this point is TADP. This temperature is known as the operator's dew point temperature. Psychrometric process in air conditioning equipments. We already discussed in psychrometric properties lecture number 3 about the psychrometric process that are involved in air conditioning equipments. That are 8 basic parametric processes together cannot be achieved in practice in air conditioning equipments. Different type of equipments are used for this purpose. Bypass factor is a vital parameter signifying the performance of air conditioning equipment. Here first one is the cooling and dehumidification process. This process is mostly used in air conditioning, cold storages, paper industries and photography industries. During this process, the temperature of the moist air and moisture content both will reduces. This process is used in summer air conditioning. Air passes over cooling coil or through cold spray. Here we can see on psychrometry chart the process 1 to 2 is required, but we cannot achieve this process directly through this duct. We can understand here to achieve the process 1 to 2, it is possible through this process. First from 1 to 3, here air enters and flow over the cooling coil. Here we are using a cooling coil that will decrease the temperature of the air up to the saturation temperature, because during this process we are using a cooling coil. After then we are using here dehumidifying coil that spray the water into the moist air, and water absorbs the latent heat and that decrease the temperature of the moist air here. Now we are using here heating coil that will increase the temperature from 4 point to 2 point. Finally, using 3 coils we achieve this process 1 to 2. That process is known as the cooling and dehumidification process. The removal of water vapor from the air is termed as dehumidification of air. The dehumidification of air is only possible if the air is cooled below the dew point temperature of the air. It is necessary to maintain the coil surface temperature of air for effective dehumidification. The process of cooling and dehumidification is shown in this figure here. T1 is equal to temperature of air entering the coil here. T2 is equal to coil surface temperature. This is the coil. The temperature is T2 of the surface coil. T4 is dew point temperature of air. Under the ideal condition, the air condition coming out of the coil will be 2. No cooling coil is 100% efficient, so the condition of the air coming out of the coil will be represented by the point 3. The bypass factor of the cooling coil in this case is given as sensible heat divided by total heat. Here sensible heat, that is H3 minus H2 divided by H1 minus H2, this is total heat during the process 1 to 2, is equal to, also in terms of humidity ratio, omega 3 minus omega 2 divided by omega 1 minus omega 2. Also in terms of temperature, TD3 minus TD2 divided by TD1 minus TD2. In terms of operator's dew point temperature, here TD3 minus ADP divided by TD1 minus ADP, where TD3 is the dry bulb temperature at point 3, TD2 is the dry bulb temperature at point 2, TD1 is dry bulb temperature at point 1. In this psychrometry chart, we can see here for a process 1 to 3, the point 2 indicates the operator's dew point. Here, this is the operator's dew point for process 1 to 3. Here, the total heat removed from the air is given as Qt will be equal to H1 minus H3. That will be equal to H1 minus H5 plus H5 minus H3. This is the latent heat plus sensible heat. Here H1 minus H5 is the latent heat removed, H5 minus H3 is the sensible heat removed from the moisture. From our psychrometric process, the cooling capacity in ton of refrigeration is given by capacity in tons of refrigeration is equal to H1 minus H3 into MA divided by 3.5, where MA is the mass of air in kg per second passing over the coil. This capacity are in TR, here ton of refrigeration. The sensible heat ratios for few applications are recommended as follows: 0.9 for residence or private office, for restaurant or busy office 0.8, for auditorium of full capacity 0.7, for ball dancing room at full capacity 0.6. Now we have come to heating and humidification. In winter air conditioning, heating and humidification are very common. System consists of a coil for sensible heating of air from state 1 to 3 here, 1 to 3 here heating coil, then along the Wade bulb temperature line through state 2, then humidification along Wade bulb line until the required moisture is added to reach state 2. It means in this cyclometry chart we can see here we need to process 1 to 2, but it will obtain during this process. First we use a heating coil that may increase the temperature of the moisture from 1 to 3 here. Then we are using here humidifier that will spray the water into the moist air that absorbs the water vapor and decrease the temperature of the air, because water vapor when absorbed, then that will absorb the latent heat from the air. So temperature of the moist air from 3.2 to 0.2 is decreases here, and humidity ratio is increases because water will absorb the latent heat. So temperature is decreases and humidity ratio is increases. During these two process, finally we get process 1 to 2 which we need for heating and humidification process. Bypass factor and contact factor. For large commercial system, adopt simpler and economical technique. Part of air should be cooled to such a low temperature that the desired mass of moisture is removed. Air at state 1 is at much higher temperature than at state 2. It would work as heating of the cooled air, hence no extra energy for heating and cooling is needed. This type of cooling and dehumidification is accomplished using bypass as shown in figure here. This is the bypass through the coil. A part of the inlet air is bypassed without being cooled and rest air is cooled over the coil. X bypass factor 1 minus X amount of air cooled over the coil from state 1 to temperature Ts, this is the surface temperature of the coil, is mixed with the rest air to get it at state 2 a desired value. This desired lowest temperature is called apparatus dew point temperature when this is lowest. Here we can see in this duct, this is the cooling coil in which chill water is enters and hot water is out. During this process, if there 1 kg of air will enters at temperature T1 and here x kg of air is passes at same temperature, that is T1, and 1 minus x kg is come in contact of the coil surface temperature. Then finally we get here 1 minus x kg at T2 temperature of air and x kg of air at T1 temperature, and now both will mix. Finally here we get the temperature T2. This temperature is the minimum temperature, lowest temperature of the coil, then that temperature is known as the ADP. In duct cooling coil may be more than 1, 2, 3 or more than 1. Here we can see we are considering two cooling coil. This is first cooling coil, this is second cooling coil. At this time here some air passes through the coil, some air through the bypass, then get to mix. And again here some air is passes through the bypass and some air is passes through the coil and then get mixed. Finally here we get temperature T1 to T2 is decreases. Again in coil 2 T2 T3 will decreases. In this we can see here bypass arrangement if more than one coil are used. In this cyclometry chart we can see here air enters from one point to the cooling coil which has the temperature saturation temperature Ts, that is also known as the ADP temperature for this process. But after the passing the air through the cooling coil here we cannot achieve the temperature of cooling coil by the air because some air passes through bypass of the coil and some air passes over the coil or in contact of the coil. Here X indicates the air which is not passes through the coil and 1 minus X is represents the contacted air of the coil. So here defined as the bypass factor of the apparatus representing the fraction of uncontacted air in terms of the state 1, 2 and S as X is equal to T2 minus Ts divided by T1 minus Ts, omega 2 minus omega S divided by omega 1 minus omega S equal to S2 minus Hs divided by H1 minus Hs. Similarly, contact factor defined as 1 minus X, fraction of the contacted air